All right, everybody. Hope you're having a great day out there. Listen, I just had a great event. Really enjoyed spending time with everybody. Jonathan, thanks for hosting the event. And They're I say Lexington, Kentucky, but I'm sure all the little outskirts of around Lexington, but I really enjoyed being there, really enjoyed meeting the people, and we've enrolled several from that event. And Ron asked me to come on today and share about our comp plan, answer any questions that you might have. But before I do, I want to introduce everybody to Andrea Rosser. Um, Andrea and myself, we've worked together for over 15 years. Um, she is a multiple six-figure earner in our company. She's made well over $1 million in the network marketing profession. Um, and the biggest thing about her is I want her to share just what she sees with what we're doing since we've established this system. But also, I want her to share with you things that we have lined up during the week because we want to over communicate with people. We want everybody that joins our company to understand that we're doing this as a team. We're locking arms with them. We're not leaving anyone behind. And we've got a great culture here of people helping people inside of this company, blurring the lines of sponsorship, just building the biggest company in the industry, but through that, taking care of people with high quality products, as well as a very, very lucrative compensation package. And so Andrea does a lot of our trainings across the company all over the world. And so I share that with you because today, every Wednesday, she has a 12 p.m., middle of the day, 12 Central, so Eastern time zone, it'd be 1 p.m. She will do a training on our system of growth. The board's out. She does it every Wednesday, 12 p.m. You can plug your teams into it. It's a very thorough training on the boards and how to post and how to do it at a high level. And then she also records that call. She also puts it on my YouTube channel. So, in saying that, I wanted Andrea to come on and just say hi to everybody before she has to jump off and go to another training. So, Andrea, thanks for joining. And This team's rocking. They had a great event Monday night, and we're just getting started. So, I just wanted you to share, say hi to everybody, if you will.
Well, hello, everybody. There's a couple of familiar faces on here and a couple of ones that I haven't had the privilege of meeting yet, so I can't wait to meet everybody and get connected with y'all. But yes, what you have your hands on here, like Coach said, we've worked together for about 15 years. And with this system, we are seeing more people win than we've ever seen before. Like, I love that I am able to say to you, I'm like, Ron, we've never met. I don't know anything about you. I don't know your background. I don't know anything. And I'm like, that's okay. I know without a shadow of a doubt, if you plug in and you follow the system, you're going to win, right? You're going to win. And just to be able to have that degree of confidence, regardless of where somebody's at, it makes it so much fun. So I don't know if you guys have been a part of this beautiful industry before, but the best part about it, right, is helping the people that you know and you love and you care about and you're connected with, helping them win. And we have a system here that we know we can help everyone win. So that's my favorite thing about it. And that's what gets me super excited. And I just know that you're plugged in, obviously, with the best of the best. So you're a bunch of lucky ducks that you get to work with Palmer. And he really is a phenomenal resource for all of us and helping us be successful. So you're in the right place and it's definitely the right time. So I hope that, and you all, I get to meet you in person in like 8 days or something like that. So my fingers are crossed that y'all are coming to Dallas with us. I use the y'all there very intentionally, and we'll get to meet in person, but not, if not at this one, at the next one. And yeah, we do a variety of trainings throughout the week. So Coach talked about this one that we have today in just a very short amount of time. So we'll be doing that here in about an hour and 50 minutes. And so it's just a basic getting started training. So hopefully you've all have seen that little, almost like a landing page that walks you through, how to install boards and how to get Telegram and all of that, kind of the foundation behind it. And then once you have that, then we invite you on to this training where we just kind of walk you through what tools do we need in our tool belt? What is our flow with in terms of our launch? How do we work with our customers? What should that look like? So we kind of start with that. And then we get into a little bit of nitty gritty on setting up your direct deposit and your subscription and how to look at your team, that kind of stuff. So we kind of do it in two parts, but we do that every Wednesday at noon Central Time. And then every Wednesday night, we do a deep dive with people that are winning on the team. And so typically what that looks like is that we interview people that have done big things. They earned their $10,000 bonus. They're, optimizing their lines. They're helping their team rank advance. So we do that every Wednesday night. It's Coach Palmer on there and really sharing with people that are winning. Tonight's a special one because we're going to do a deep dive into our event that we have coming up. But those are kind of the basic events. And then every day we have two Zooms that I would love to invite you to. So one is fun, and that's myself and Coach Palmer, where we do take a word of the day and we just breathe a little positivity into the morning. Just a fun, Zoom. It's at 9 a.m. Central, and we just have a great time. We're going to sing you happy birthday if it's your birthday. And then we'll do a little bit of self-development, like just start our day off right. But then after that, we have the IPA Zoom. And this is, I always say it like I'm a teenage boy and I am neither of these things, but I say it's the cheat code. So if you picture like a video game, if anybody played video games, I really haven't, but I have a teenage son. So I've heard these words a lot, but you can like purchase a way to like advance in a game. Well, the IPA is how we can advance, kind of cheat in our business to advance our business a little bit quicker than maybe we would if we didn't have those extra little bits and pieces. So what that is 45 minutes of people sharing how they're winning. So they say, I made this specific post and it blew up my business, or I used this language with somebody and it blew up my business. Whatever it may be, we're going to talk about it on the IPA, and that's Monday through Friday at 9:15 Central Time. So excited to meet everybody in person. Can't wait to see you all just win here. And thank you so much, Coach, for having me on to say hello.
Yeah, no, thank you, Andrea, for that. And IPA stands for Income Producing Activity Call. So it's just about the activity of what we're doing with the system. Andrea, thanks for sharing that. And I'm actually going to ask Andrea, she's going to put into the chats a couple of different pictures I just text over to her. One is the call flyer that she just shared with you. She's going to put that in the chat and hopefully, and um, the other is a PDF. Actually, I gave to Ron the other night, and it's a paper application. And so I'm going to put that in the chats as well. So everybody has paper applications they can print out that they could get a new brand partner started. Sometimes you don't have your computer with you, right? And you just need to take down their information and you can enroll them a little bit later, right? So that paper application is there for that. So, Andrea, thank you for being on. I know you got other Zooms. So just appreciate you, all you do. I'm
Appreciate you. Great to meet you all. Have a beautiful day. And it's in the chat.
all right. So I'm gonna screen share really quick, and I want to take you through. Ron had asked me, look, let's talk to everybody about the compensation package of the company. And so I first wanted to kind of lean you in with Andrea, just so everybody knows that's watching this Zoom. that we're going to do this together as a team. Like, if you need me, someone enrolls, three-way text me. I'm going to put in maybe somebody in the comments, maybe Rick, if you're not driving, or someone else in the comments, put my cell phone number. Uh-oh. Ron must have got kicked out. Let's see. Hold on just a minute. All right. I can't screen share and admit people too. It won't let me. So maybe Ron's back in now.
Yeah, I got kicked off. My
Okay.
apologies.
Good deal. Good deal. So I'm going to screen share again. All right. Um, I want to take you through this compensation package but I also want you to know that as we go through it, if you feel like, man, this might confuse me, or we're going to lock arms with you through this. Like, my whole deal is to take care of people just like I know it is yours. So I said this at the event. Partner Co was established in February of 2023. Guys, we did over 400 million in revenue last year in over 50 countries. So it's not a small operation. We're doing something from a global perspective. Our products are super, super clean. They're great. We're going to innovate new products. We're launching two new products at our convention um, in a few days in Dallas, Texas. So if you know anybody in Dallas, plug them into me. They can be my guest over at that event. I'll take care of them for you. Um, but I want to step you through what's working in the field, why people are seeing so much success. And I call it like a road map. I'm going to use Teresa for an example. Okay. Thanks, Teresa, for letting me use your name. So, Teresa, let's say that I sell Teresa a box of drops. Okay. And I just want to give this kind of 10,000-foot view of what we're doing. I sell her a box of drops. Upon her getting the drops, there's a text in your boards out that says, hey, congratulations, Teresa. It gets her plugged into the Circle of Health community. Letting our customers know in this community that there's nothing but drop talk. Like, there's no business talk, there's no anything. So you can plug your customers. So I would send this text out of boards. It will link Teresa to the Circle of Health community, where now Teresa can feel support. She can feel community. She can see that there's other people using the drops. They're sharing recipes in there. They're doing all kinds of things in there. And that's ran by our group of people taking care of our customers and giving our customers value, right? Where they feel like they didn't just buy a box of drops, they actually bought a program with people that are using it. And then step two is, once Teresa has a win on the drops, she loses 2 pounds. Maybe it's night sweats, maybe it's brain fog, maybe it's just her energy level or inflammation. Upon that, remember, she bought the box of drops from me for $160. So to be able to look at her and go, Teresa, you're going to want a second box. I would love to sell them to you at my cost, which is actually 123. Everybody will convert. Would you rather pay 160 or 123? It's very easy. But at that point, I also have the option of showing her how she could get a 4 pack, a 10 pack, or a 30 pack. And in boards under customer conversion, we have a little slide deck that you could show Teresa at that point. And it literally, like, she's already loving the drops. So to convert her to a brand partner is $29.95. And she either has the opportunity to buy another box of drops at 123, or she could buy a 4 pack of drops, right, at 371, which is really less than $100 a box. Or there's a 10 pack option, 30 pack option. So at that point, I convert my brand partner. Step three, I download boards. Like, everybody that becomes a brand partner, I want them to download boards and on board with it. I mean, launch with us. Make the Kim Gray post. Why is that? because 80% of our people that make that Kim Gray post will sell at least $700 of profit their first month. That's just data in the company. So we're making people profitable that make that post within their first month. And several of you on this call can attest to that because you've already sold a 10 pack, right? And you've been here a very short amount of time. That's over $700 of profit. So that's where step 4 comes in, where we show them how to launch on social media. We get them added to everything. And then the 5th thing is we get them on the IPA Zoom, right? So that they can see other people using the system. What are they doing? And that's every day, Monday through Friday, is where we do that. And then the last thing is we start coming in and supporting the field as the field grows with Super Saturdays, challenges, things that we do in the field. So that's kind of a 10,000 foot view of kind of the pathway to this system we've got called the system of growth. Another thing I want to tell you is subscription here or auto ship. To be commission qualified in the company, they must have 100 points on their subscription. Okay. When I enroll someone as a brand partner, I will add a subscription to their account. I'll tell them, look, it's not going to bill you for 4 weeks, but I want you to have this on so that you don't miss out of commissions. Because what it does is it unlocks that. It also gives you 30% discount for life, locks you into loyalty shopping, which we can talk about that later, incentive trips, and there's no contract here. So, um, but, and a popular pack that I do is the Limu, 2 bottles of Limu and a box of Renew for their auto ship. So it'll automatically in your back office come up as an option, but the Limu tastes amazing and it's amazing for your body. And then the Renew is great to take 30 minutes before you go to sleep. So I know a lot of you that use that's on this call. So that's kind of my go-to auto ship of 100 points. And again, if anybody's got any questions, just as we go through here, feel free to unmute your line with this subscription. I'm just going to kind of go through it slow. I'm going to walk you through each step. So now we move into the comp plan. So remember, this is the first step is when someone pays $29.95. That gets their ID number. It gets them locked in. They can launch the system of growth at that point. And then it's like, okay, now we have 4 Fridays. Why 4 Fridays? Because we're paid every Friday. That's a pay period. So 4 pay periods, 4 Fridays to activate your business level. What you're looking at right now is a business level. So I would recommend bringing someone in at the activate level or the business level or the elite level or the ultimate level. So I'm going to give you an example. Activate level is 200 points. That would be like buying a 4-pack of drops. If they come in for $29.95 and a 4-pack of drops, they have already committed the activate level in the comp plan. That's going to pay them 15% of new volume bonus. They'll have 4 Fridays to extend that to 500 and hit business, and then extend it to 1,000 and hit elite, and extend it to 1,500 and hit ultimate, going from 15% new volume bonus to 30%. Okay. They do that by their own purchases. Okay. Or through their own sales, their personal sales in customers. So I want to give you an example on this. So let's say that Teresa, I'm going to give you 2 scenarios. Teresa enrolls in the business for $29.95 and she buys a 4-pack of drops. She's just hit activated level in this. Now we make her post twice a day and she sells through that 4-pack. And let's say that she orders a 10-pack this time. Well, the 10-pack's worth 500 points. So she just jumped from activate to business level because now she's done 700 points, the two initially, and then the five that that she ordered the 10 pack. So now she's at 700. She sells through that 10 pack. The next week she orders another 10 pack. Boom. Now she is hit elite because she's got 1,200 points in volume, two 10 packs, which is 500 apiece, and one 4 pack, which is 200. So she's at 1,200 in volume. She runs through that 10 pack. Now she needs 300 more in volume before the end of the 4 Fridays to hit that ultimate status. So we just incrementally work Teresa there. But at the end, she sold over 30 boxes of drops. Guess what? That's over $2,000 of profit she's made too. So not only did she go ultimate, paying her top pay for life in new volume bonus, but she also made over $2,000 actually selling the boxes of drops because she's making over $60 of profit every time she sells them. Now she's ultimate for life. Ron, have you got any questions on that? Anything or anybody that before I move to the next slide on this?
Do not have any questions on that. I think it's very self-explanatory on that piece. Mhm.
Okay, perfect, perfect. I just want to kind of go slow with everybody so you can see that. So the way to crush this compensation plan and make the most of it is you get to ultimate in your first 4 Fridays and you show your team how to do the same. Now, the last thing I want to say right here is what if somebody paid $29.95 and they bought 30 boxes of drops day one? Well, that's ultimate status. 30 boxes of drops is 1,500 points, 1,500 PV. And so day one, you would be at top pay. And then our job would be to move those 30 boxes in your first month and still, right, make that retail profit. So we're not asking anyone to keep an inventory, but some people want to go ahead and get the top pay knocked out day one, and that's totally up to them. Okay. The next form of pay, that was just one form of pay. We're paid 8 different ways. The next form of pay that I show is called base pay. What base pay is going to pay is it's going to pay 15% on all your lines except your power line. So I want to give you an example. This is just one form of pay though, okay? So what this is going to do, give you a great example here, is let's say that your bigger line of business did for the week on Friday, ending Friday, 4,800 points. And then your second line of business did 4,000 points, and your third line of business did 2,000 points. Because when you hit ultimate, you get 5 lines of business you can work. Well, it's going to pay you 15% of the 4,000 points, which is $600. And then it's going to pay you 15% of the 2,000 points, which is 300. So just in that one form of pay in base commissions, you're going to make $900 in base pay for the week. Obviously, if that point value was higher, you would make more money in base pay. Ron, anything you want to add right there? Any questions about base?
So my question on the base pay, if we start with one leg, we're not to the 5 legs yet, but if we're ultimate and we have it all built in one leg, so we wouldn't get paid base pay at all, even if we only had one leg. Can you hear me? Brent? Hello? Hello?
Okay, sorry guys. Can you hear me okay, Ron?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, you're going to love this. The power
Yeah.
black out in the whole place.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. So I just had to swap over to my hotspot. Okay.
Okay.
So I am back now. Ron, any questions
Did
on
you
base pay?
Yeah, the only question I had is, when you start off, you only have one leg before you add your second. So if you only have one leg, then you're not going to get base pay, because that's going to be your power leg because it's your only leg. Is that
Absolutely.
accurate?
I would tell everybody
Yeah.
to, as they're putting in brand partners, to build at least two legs,
Mm-hmm.
at least two legs.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. And so if someone has
Mhm.
a big network, I would tell them, hey, start off with three legs. Okay. But just for the,
Mhm.
everyday person just getting started, at least two legs of business, I would work coming out of the start.
Okay.
Okay. It's breaking up a little bit, Ron, on your end. All right. So another form of pay is, and this is actually our biggest form of pay in the comp plan. This is called matching bonus. Now, I'm going to use Teresa again. Thank you again, Teresa, for letting me use your name. So let's say that I personally sponsor Teresa. It does not matter where I put Teresa in my business. She could be in my bigger line of business. She could be in my smaller lines of business. Does not matter. She's my first generation. So Teresa being my first generation, it's going to pay me 15%, okay, of her base commissions for life. So I'm going to give you this example, okay? So if Teresa made $60, I need to bring that down. There we go. So think about Teresa, her base commission check is $100 for the week, okay? But think about this first generation example. Let's say that I have four Teresas in my business that I've personally sponsored. They're my first generation. So each one of them made 100, 100, 100, four of them did $100 in base pay. Well, it's going to pay me 15% of their $100. So it's going to pay me $60 for those people for the week. Okay. Now, let's say that all of them sponsored people. And now in my second generation, go ahead, Ron.
No, I'm good. I'm supposed to stay muted. I'm trying to get to my car so I can get to a better reception.
Okay. So let's say on my second generation, there's 16 people that made $100. Now, they're not my personally sponsored, but they're my personal sponsor. So 16 people making $100 in base pay, and I'm making 10% on it for the week. That would be $160. Okay. So what if 64 people was in my third generation, meaning not my sponsor, but my people's? So imagine Teresa sponsored someone and then they sponsored someone. So I got 64 people in my third generation. I'm going to make 5% of their base paycheck. Okay. And it goes down 7 generations. This is by far the biggest way we're paid in the compensation plan. So what if I had somebody take off in my power line of business? I have people making six figures a year that literally have someone that is taken off in their power line and they don't have a lot going on in the other lines of business. But this form of pay takes care of them. Has anybody got any questions on this?
Yes, I do have a question. So if I personally sponsor somebody like I did, I believe last night, and then I move them to somebody on my team, are they still a first generation for me?
You can move them in depth as deep as you want to move them, and they're still your level one. You're still the
That's what
enroller
I
of
that's what
that
I was
person.
confirming. Yep.
Absolutely. So it's
All right.
beautiful for teamwork. You can actually help
Mm-hmm.
the team out, but you don't lose the commissions, right? The commission stays with your lineage or your sponsorship.
Okay. All right. That's the question I have.
So if you looked at this screenshot or you took a screenshot of this right here, you could play with the numbers. Just remember, this is basing it on that every number on here, the 4, the 16, the 64 people are making $100 in base commissions. So realistically, if you had 16,384 people that on your seventh generation that was making $100 in base pay, you're making 5% of that. That'd be $81,920 for the week. This is the big part of our pay plan. It's incredible. Another thing that we have is when you optimize line. So when you optimize a line, it's 13,334 in product volume is in a line of business for the week. Okay. So that is not sponsorship. That's just volume is volume. It's whatever gets created in that line of business. So what you're going to experience here is you're going to be thrown in when you optimize at least two lines, your power line and your pay line. You're going to be thrown in a global bonus pool that starts paying you. And every time you optimize a line, it's going to start to grow exponentially. That global bonus pool gets very large. And I can speak from it because I have over 7 lines optimized every Saturday. So this global bonus pool gets really, really massive as you optimize your pay lines. And we can talk about that a little bit more later. Another thing that we did in the company when we brought the company together is instead of a car program, we wanted to do a savings bonus. And so the savings bonus works like this. When your base commissions is $250 in base pay, it's got to hit that threshold. But when it hits that threshold, the company matches it 15%. And they'll do that up to $500 per week. So we have people that get after this thing and they'll get a $10,000 savings bonus within their first 6 months in the business. We've had people do it less than 6 months. But once you save up to $10,000, meaning Partner Co matches your check, it didn't cost you anything. They're just throwing money in, it's the back office. Then they will send you $10,000 one time. And then it will become an extra check every month that caps at $2,000. And you can use that money for whatever you want to. So we have a lot of $10,000 bonus winners. Andrea Rosser's one, just spoke to you a little bit ago. But we have a lot of $10,000 bonus winners in the company. The other thing is we offer trips and lifestyle credits. So what that means is every year we'll take a couple of trips where you can redeem your credits, kind of like a credit card, where you get points. Well, we give you points for doing business activity. You enroll a brand partner, you enroll a customer, you grow your pay line. We start to dump points into your account weekly and they accumulate and you can take that money and you can go on trips. Anybody got any questions up to this point? Okay. I'm going to wrap up and show you this right here. I want to give you an example going back to the system of growth and the drops, just using it, just using one form of pay. Okay. Not match pay, not retail profits, not anything. I want you to imagine you're working 3 lines of business because this is real data in the company. You're working 3 lines of business. Let's say that you have 2 people in each line that are posting twice a day. They make the Kim Gray post. They make the first post in boards. They start posting at 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. What we're seeing is those people will move a 10 pack of drops a week. So think about that. A 10 pack of drops is worth 500 points. Well, 500 points times 2 is 1,000 PV. So what would happen if 2 people running our system, posting twice a day, ended up, there had to be two 10 packs purchased for the week. Well, that's 1,000 in your line one, 1,000 in your line two, and 1,000 in your line three of product volume. That's six people using the system of growth, and you're making $300 a week. That's $1,200 a month. But imagine this, what if I had four people just training them how to post twice a day? Well, 500 points times four with them moving a 10 pack of drops a week, that's $2,000, 222. Remember, it's paying me 15% of two of my lines. So just in that one form of pay, 4,000 in product volume times 15%, $600. So I just want to really like focus you in on the power of training people in the community how to post twice a day, because Facebook doesn't just happen. The people are not just looking at the drops in Lexington, Kentucky. Facebook's connecting us all over the place. We're selling them in Texas. We're selling them in Arkansas. We're selling them in Missouri. Like, the Facebook opens the door for us. So imagine having 10 people in each line just posting twice a day, just teaching the army to do the simple things, posting twice a day. Well, 10 people moving a 10 pack a week, 500 points. That's 5,000 in volume in each of my lines. 10,000 in volume points times 15%, I'm making $1,500 a week. So at that point, I'm into the four figures a month. I mean, I'm making, over $6,000 a month with 10 people in each of my lines. And that's just one form of pay. That's not counting retail profits, new volume bonus, matching check, all the other ways we're paid. And then the last, imagine over time that we get 27 people in each line posting twice a day, running our system. 27 times 500, that's over 13.5 in product volume. Just two of the lines, that's 27,000 in product volume times 15%. That's over $4,000 a week in base pay alone, one form of pay. That's 16,000 a month just in base pay, not counting all the other ways we're paid: new volume bonus, retail profits, just moving the drops, yourself, matching check. Like, what we see right here is we're looking at somebody that does this in three lines of business. Their income has jumped to about 25,000 to 30,000 a month, not counting retail profits. It's incredible. I watch this happen all the time with this system. So I'm going to stop right there and stop my screen share. Ron, have you got any questions? And I'm happy to go back to the slide if you do.
Do not have any questions at this time, but thank you for taking the time to go over it. Did you record it? Can I get a copy of that?
Yes, yes, yes. I'll stop the recording in just a second. And I see Rick's making a comment. Since volume is volume, as they say, how does someone get paid on customers or brand partners that are in their downline but placed there by someone above them? That's volume. So to give you an example, Teresa was sponsored by me, correct? Let's say that I sponsor somebody today and I move them under Teresa and they do 10,000 of volume. Teresa gets to count that volume. Now, the matching pay rides to me because I'm the one that sponsored the person. But Teresa gets to take advantage of all the volume. If it's in her base paycheck, it's her base paycheck, helps her go to rank, helps her title, helps her do everything. Hope that helped, Rick. This comp plan is literally, when you look at it, when we put it together, we were just going, how we don't want people to feel any tripwires. And a lot of people's like base commissions, when they hear base commissions, they're like, well, you don't pay on the biggest line. That's not right. Yes, we do. It's just in the form of match check. And so I tell people all the time, let's say that I have one line of business that just blew up and I'm ultimate status. Do you care where your form of pay comes from? Let's say that your form of pay for the week in that one line of business was $10,000. Would you care that it's in the match pay part of the comp plan rather than the base pay? We don't care what form it is. We just want to make sure that we're getting paid in each of the forms and have the
I,
ability to.
I do have a question. The different base pay, match pay, did they pay at different times? Is it, so I know some of them are weekly, or are they all weekly?
They're all weekly. We pay every Friday. Yeah, glad you asked that, Ron.
Hmm.
As long, all we need is 100 points to be commission eligible. We pay every Friday.
Hmm.
And then we pay, if you choose to sell the drops, to buy in bulk and sell, we also get paid daily through Venmo, Cash Out, PayPal, using our system of growth. So not only are we paying weekly, we're also getting people paid daily using our system. And at the end of the day,
Right.
that's
So
network
when,
marketing. I mean, get getting people in and getting
mhm,
them paid daily, weekly, that's what keeps the excitement.
right. So when it says you have to have 100 PV, is that you have to have that auto ship or auto submit once a month, or you have to have 100 every week?
No, 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 once a month, once a
That's
month. So it's a auto ship is once a month. You have a color week.
hmm.
What I would suggest is if you don't have your auto ship set up, that you call the company and just make sure you're set up correctly. And in your back office and also in boards, you can find the customer service number for Partner Co. So we have people you can call, talk directly to. When you become officer status in the company, that's a rank in the company, then you get your own dedicated elite line and support. All right. I'll stop the screen recording